Today we'll be going over a training video for our newly hired pharmacists, starting with specific hospital procedures and then going to pharmacy-specific procedures.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. You want it, the thing that makes me.
Meet James, a young go-getter who left home when he was 10 years old to pursue a career in hospital pharmacy. He's very excited, and he should be, because he's about to receive the best training and orientation money can buy, even though he didn't buy it. Now James is receiving his security badge and his good orientation handbook, which contains all the necessary paperwork and computer sign-on credentials. He's so stoked. It looks like James has a question. Let's listen in.
So, I've got a question. How does your hospital recognize employees for doing outstanding work or offer incentives to employees that are performing well?
That's a great question. At our hospital, we have a lot of opportunities to reward employees that are doing great work and living out the hospital's mission and achieving our vision. For example, we have the award Pharmacist of the Year. It's given to the pharmacist who has really provided great personal care to our patients, and we just want to recognize our employees that are really doing a great job.
Perfect. Maybe I can win Pharmacist of the Year.
James now has a headache from all this useful information. He's thinking about taking some medication he sees lying around. But he's thinking about something that he just learned.
Stealing does not represent these hospitals' values.
And he has a change of heart.
Like a mouse.
HIPAA is very important. Sometimes we might forget that we shouldn't take selfies with a celebrity's prescription information, like James is doing now. But unfortunately, that's not gonna fly. Not in this hospital. Not on our watch. So James has a question. He's saying at his old hospital, everyone used to grab each other's butts, and that was a way of team building, and he's wondering if that's okay here at this hospital. Here's James, learning more stuff about human resources, emergency codes, payroll, benefits. He's really growing as a person and an employee. Good job, James. We think you're decent enough to meet other employees and supervisors. But first, how about a tour of the hospital with pertinent information related to hospital layout and other things? This is the Wall of Fame. James hopes to be on it one day. Now he's checking out the cafeteria. He needs to know where he can get his coffee, because we know James needs his coffee in the morning.
Like a mouse.
After a quick change of clothes, James is ready to meet and greet. Get his meet and greet on. You'll notice his nice firm handshake, making eye contact, remaining purely professional. You can tell that these supervisors are just very impressed with him, just in general as a person. Yeah, have a seat, James, you've earned it. Now it's on to the lab, where James is going to learn about all sorts of safety things he should know, like where the first aid is, MSDS is, that's pretty much orientation 101. He'll also learn about what to do if there's a chemical spill or some type of contamination. Look, there's a list of people he can call. He won't be left in the dark. That's just not what we do here. Obviously, if you get something in your eyes, this is what you would do. See? You take it and you open it. James is like, yeah, I know. Now James is learning how to pretty much just count, and he's off to a rough start, but he's training, and he's going to try to pass it off as, oh, this is an accounting tray or something like that, but that's not the point. When you're training, you kind of just aren't good. You need to learn how to get good. James knows that, you can tell. James's non-sterile compounding technique is pretty much on point. Now write it down in the log.
No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Like a boss.
And they stay there.
The next part of James's training consists of performing quality assurance, inventory management, documentation, drug ordering and return, recall procedures, and proper disposal. James, you're doing inventory all by yourself? Good job. Now he wants to show off everything he's learned about sterile compounding. Like hand washing, gowning, personal protective equipment, paperwork, compound labeling. We already did that before, but let's watch James wash his hands. Love the technique. And after James turns off the faucet with the paper towels he's about to use, he will have demonstrated a perfect hand washing technique. We are very proud of him here. So they run back upstairs and figure this is a good time to go over the mission, vision, and the values of the hospital. Very important stuff. James is enthralled. And finally, James has learned how to utilize the pharmacy computer software and medication dispensing units and what to do in case of computer system downtime. All right, show us your stuff, James.
No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
James is now proficient in pretty much everything he can be proficient in. Well, this is it. This is your first day at work, James. How are you feeling? We've really seen James grow as a pharmacist, as a person, and as a friend. We hope that after watching this video, you can start to be a little bit more like James here. But unfortunately, this type of swagger is something you can't teach.